Hey everybody, it is Wednesday, the 4th of December. It is cold, 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 cold. I should be releasing this video on Saturday. And me and Rhett are here. Rhett is the bird behind there. She is a little more comfortable this time. Yesterday was her first day on camera, and she was super quiet yesterday, and I'm hoping that now that she sees what's going on, she'll be more quiet because she kind of likes to get sort of rowdy when we're out. If she's out in the living room while I'm in here talking, because she's just like, is he talking to me? But now she sees everything. Last time she was up on her perch. This time she's more in the corner up here. Not sure what that's all about. But anyways, so that is me and my buddy Rhett. Um, so basically, we made far where you could enter stuff in here and all that. And now we need to go into the whenever the form is updated. And one of the things that I just realized when I was thinking about stuff um, is that I don't think I need all this extra um, logic here, checking to see if things are numbers and stuff, because um, it's like it won't get through because if it wasn't a number, it will none of this gets run. So I think the all the code in general gets much more simplified uh, by validating the form ahead of time. And I don't know. I guess if you know forms, you might be like, duh. That's one of the reasons you should validate your form before you do anything with it. Um, so I was saying that I would sort of what is she doing? I hear something. Oh, she's climbing around. Um, the I was saying, oh, okay, I'm going to be on point, looking for like reasons why um, you dot far, why not to basically only process the form if it's valid. Like I'm always challenging, so especially if I make a new generic rule like that, because generally general rules all have some sort of exception. And at this point I have not found one, but this seems like another good example to do it. So let's say f far is equal to, and we'll just say parse float, parse float. It's always weird to me whenever I just run a function that's just like available. Okay, always expect things to be u dot far. So basically it's a string, and we're just going to turn it into a number, and we know that no invalid numbers will get through, that this will be an invalid. We're pretty sure about that. So then I could say, I guess that logic is probably still good. If this dot scene dot far is not equal to f far, is not equal. And I guess it's kind of weird to say like that, double equals, because I mean the double, the triple equals is like saying, hey, it has to be the same type too, but if they're not equal, they're not equal. I mean, it's just the way it is. Um, so anyways, 3 dot. Oh, okay, so then we're going to set the scene far. This dot scene far is equal to f far. And then we're just going to tell it to update the scene. Update scene. And I guess we pass it the scene. So basically, we're going to update the scene. I think this service knows the scene already, but I guess past it, and I think I remember there being some benefit to doing that. So we're going to say update this scene to this scene. This scene is probably linked to the actual scene in there, but let's see what happens. So I guess the first thing to do is just make kind of a smoke test. Just make sure nothing weird is in there. And this stuff is kind of hard to test because with the ThreeJS I don't always know what's going on. But I guess what we can do is create a mesh that is along the ground. Looks like we do have something going on because the meshes are white automatically. I just know that. I'm just going to call this guy floor. And I'm going to leave it at the 0, 0 position, but I'm going to make it to where it's only 0.1 tall and 100 wide and 100 deep. And I guess the problem is that it is at the same level as the camera. So I'm going to knock it down to -5. So as you can see, we don't have our let's say make it -2. Yeah, okay, that's a lot easier. Well, let's just do that. Yeah, Rhett, you like that? Let's see, can you see her? Oh yeah, she's barely in the camera, I think. Yep. She's just, I guess she's talking. So I don't know. I apologize for getting distracted. I tend to do that, and so, anyways, so I'm about to sneeze. So I might have to mute. It's kind of a bummer though, way this mute makes like a big cracking sound. So it would be nice if I had a different ability to mute. I wonder if I could do a software mute. Like I have my settings up. I have to try that. And then maybe I could turn off my my microphone. I don't know. So I'll have to look into that because it is kind of a bummer. Or maybe I can mute it. I can mute it in OBS. So anyways, it's kind of funny because I can't really stand it when other people do exactly what I just did, where they get distracted with their own stuff. But anyways, this is not really a professional thing. This is me just trying to learn and do other people a solid. All right, so I think we are seeing the fog pretty good here. I'm gonna change the fog. It's kind of weird. I guess if I change the, yeah, I don't know. But so the fog starts at 1 and all that, so you can kind of see it in it. And at 5, I think it's fully in, and so I think that's what we're seeing right there. So what if I made the fog near like 4? See, 4, and then it only has like sort of a linear progression to full gray for 1. So if I made it like 15 though, yeah, see, then you see it sort of, the linear progression is farther. It's not super obvious. So let's make it like 10. So that's kind of cool. Now, what if we put another mesh out at, well, what if we create another mesh and then we just have it sort of float away from us? So a box. So now the box is sitting at 0, 0, 0 right now. All right, let's make it a ball. which I believe the fog doesn't start until 10, if I remember correctly. No, it starts at 4, so it's just barely having any fog at this point. Um, so let's go ahead and turn this into a sphere. And let's have it um, sort of be animated. And I guess we'll start it at a z position of negative 20. So as it comes towards us, you can kind of see it becoming, oh, it's negative 30. Let's go negative 20. And so now let's see if we can play around, see if we see anything interesting. So the camera's at 5, fog near is 4, and I don't think the mesh ever gets any closer. The sphere never gets any closer than 0. So let's make the fog near 8. So I think that's pretty neat. Let's make the fog far 20. 20? So I think that's cool. And then let's, I guess, just go ahead and play around. I think the thing that matters is the Z position. So let's just go ahead and pause that. So when it's at negative 20, and I'll just use my arrow key to move it closer. And so when it's at negative 8, and then so now it's the whole thing is only like 5 away from us, and fog starts at 8. So it's like completely out. So let's go ahead and make the fog start at 6. So that made it, but it's still outside, right? So now it's sitting at negative 3.3, so it's barely in the fog. Now it's at negative 4, so that makes it, let's try this. 'Tis the season for the viruses. So now it's 9 away from us, and fog starts at 6 away from us, so it's barely in the fog, and the fog is in full strength at 20 away from us. Now I'm just gonna make it like, I don't know if you're catching this, but like we had no idea how this worked, right? I had no idea how fog worked. Now I have a pretty solid idea how it worked, and I think that it's hard to kind of keep in mind that that is what you're like. It's easy to take that for granted, right? The fact that you understand how something works, like fog start, fog end, what that means, what it means, like that was all just a complete mystery. And now it's very clear and very simple and easy to understand. So this is the exponential fog of 0.1. So let's go ahead and turn this. So as it gets closer, it gets less foggy. I think that one's really neat. I wonder, it seems like it'd be neat to watch it like come in from up high. So let's try that. A Y position of like 10. See, that is so freaking cool. Now, it would be very, very interesting to see. I don't have the vaguest idea how like light matters, right? So that's really interesting because there's no light out here. So the fog is actually, see, this is not what things would work like at all. It's freaking cool though, but it's not how things would work at all because in real life, because like there's no light, there is zero light, so we shouldn't be able to see anything. But yeah, it's funny. All right. Um, so let's see, edit. So we added a light. I'm gonna make the light above it 5. Oh yeah, that's right. So basically, I put the light at 0, up 5. So let's make it up 10, and then we will have it. We'll just keep increasing the intensity. So yeah, I don't know what that's doing. I don't have the biggest idea, but that is cool. I would not have expected that, because this mesh is not supposed to. This is a Phong mesh, so it should not even be visible since there's no light out here, or since there wasn't any light. If I get rid of the light, it's still visible, but it becomes like black, and you can see it because like it's there, but light isn't interacting with it, but the ground is there. This is a very, very cool graphic, though. I think there's definitely cool stuff you can do with with stuff like this. It's a lot of fun. Add mesh. Let's say hello. Let's change this to a text. And let's change this to 0.1. And then let's move it over. Well, let's just get rid of it. Well, let's make it my favorite. Is it gentilis? Yeah. And then I'm just going to get rid of the world part. And I think it would be kind of cool to animate it. And have it rotate along. Is it the X axis? No. It's definitely the Y axis. 3. And I guess I want it to go all the way around. So 6. Now the fog does not seem to affect it because of where it's located. And this is one of the things I really don't like about the way I did animations is now like this is gonna, well, and I guess that is kind of cool. I always say I don't like it, and then I always end up thinking it's kind of cool. But I don't really want the Z position to change. Kind of want to see what it looks like. Okay, so you can kind of see how, like when it's farther out, start -16. And then, and I can't remember where the fog is. Oh, this is not, this is the exponential. Let's go back to our linear. So anyways, that is that. I think that is really cool. I think we totally understand what fog is. I think fog is done. Let's just check, make sure there's nothing. Oh, we do have a error in here. It seems to have something to do with animations. It's upset that a weird number got through. Probably not worth running down, since this code is not going to be maintained anymore in the very, very near future. So I think the next thing on the list I think there's 31 days in December, right? Yep. Um, in the month of December, all that is left is, or we have 27 days left. So I'm going to work on try to figure out why the upgrade isn't working. So I'm gonna merge all this stuff in and start just digging into the and then do an upgrade, an NG19 upgrade, and then create another branch, do an NG upgrade. See, I don't know. That might take the whole rest of the time. We may not get it done. Not a big deal. I wonder what happens if I make the fog yellow. Oh, I think yellow is all red and green and no blue. Yeah. Oh, I love that. I don't know why I love that. I don't really like the hello being there. Just love that so much. Um, like there's just I don't even know like where you ever even like if you just wanted to imagine like how would you make that image right there? That is such a freaking cool ass image. Yeah, that is really really cool. Um, if I wonder if I make the ground blue. Yeah, that is so freaking cool. Um, that is just really really neat. Now what happens if I change it to exponential instead? What if I increase this? 303. Oh man, like that is just really cool. Now if we make the mesh a normal. Oops, wrong one. That was weird. Basic. It's the wrong mesh it was this mesh that I wanted to make. And I didn't want to make it a normal, I wanted to make it basic. Oh, that's no fun. Oh, that's really neat. That is not at all what I expect. Let's turn this animation back on and see what. That's neat. Anyways, yeah, so we got some cool stuff. You were gonna do the Angular 19 update, and then we're gonna start from scratch again. Uh, Basically, I want to basic the architecture that I have in here of sort of having this sort of paths that then I guess the right word would be custom alias. I hated that when ChatGPT suggested it in the beginning, but I do think it custom alias it into um, a path, basically a way to um, so in what is it? It's more like where are you? Valid path flow parse. Where well, I guess what I want to have is something where like a dictionary where you have like seen dash fog dash fog density, and that can go back and forth between these, and then you can have the lookup of that instead of sort of the way I have it right now, where I, everything is just in a tree. I want to have like everything in a tree, but then that tree can be translated into like a token, and then that token, there's dictionaries that tie that token to that value. And I think that that would be a much better way to store all that information. So that's one major change, and then the other major change is I definitely want to get file upload and file download working from the gate, out of the gate. That's got to be the first thing. Like if I come up with an idea of something I want to try with this tonight, there's nothing I could do because this only lasts um, as long as my until I hit reload, and then it's gone. So, you know, like I'm sure there's probably someone going, "Oh man, let's try it," or I could try this, I could try that, and just it's gone. It's just gone forever. So I definitely want to get the file upload and file download um, working, or get it from the beginning. So, anyways, that is that. Happy coding, everybody. Bye.